dumbbell bench, I'm not going to have you guys do a barbell bench, okay? If you're doing that as part of football or something, that's fine. But if you're going to do bench specifically for baseball, I'm going to have you guys do it on the floor, okay? So that way you're not going too deep and you're not going to hinge your shoulders at all. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of variations on how to do it. You can do it on a mat if you have a mat or something like that. Let me get over here so you can see. When you lay down with the weight, so if you're going a little bit heavier, so if you're someone who's doing that 80, 90, something like that, make sure you put the weight on your legs, come back out to the side. Okay, just like this. Make sure the lowering part of it's not too fast. If you're lowering it too fast, it's probably too heavy. And you're going to be going for reps of 8 to 10. Okay, but this allows you to make sure that you're not going too deep on the push-up or on the press. And it's not going to hurt your shoulder. If you want to make that harder, there's two different things that you can do. You can do one arm at a time. That's going to allow you to use your core a lot more. Okay? And then if you really want to make it harder, lift these legs up. See, I'm falling off to the side right now. That's a really good way to do it if you can get to that point. Okay? So those are 3 different ways that you can do a dumbbell bench. Okay? Lat pull down, that's what this machine is here. We never go behind the back, we always go to the front of the chest, hands wide. What I do is I put my thumbs in the crease, just like this. You're going to sit down and just make sure you're coming to the top, hold it briefly. Nice and easy down, just like that. Make sure you're not swinging it and jerking. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Again, all this stuff is going to be from anywhere from 8 to 10 reps. Some of them are going to do 12. Side raises or lateral raises. Two different ways to do this too. Lightweight, I like to use plates. Okay, you can use light dumbbells like 10 or 12 pounds. But if you grab plates, you're going to have to use your forearms quite a bit more. So if you're like this, hands at your side, come out just like that, kind of creating a T with your body. Okay, but notice that the hands are kind of flat, like this. They're not down like that. So if you're keeping them up like this, you're going to use your forearms a lot more. And forearms are really, really important for, especially having quick wrists for hitting and everything like that. So to the side, just like this. You don't have to go any higher than that. Okay, so just to your shoulder height. Okay, and again, that's going to be sets of 12. So each one of those exercises, those are all upper body exercises. I got to show you tricep extension. Tricep extension, we're doing cables. They have this pad here. I generally don't like to use the pad. The pad's meant to be for stability, but that allows you to cheat a little bit. I like to kind of stay away and stay more like a half squat position. Elbows in at my side, and I would say use this rope too. Right? It's going to allow you to get a little bit more of an extension. Elbows in here, down, and pull out at the last second. That gets a little bit more squeeze on your tricep extension. Make sure the elbows stay in at your side. You're not going forward. Okay. So all of those upper body exercises, you're going to do 3 sets in a row of that exercise. Okay, so 3 sets of bench, 3 sets of lat pull down, 3 sets of lateral raise, 3 of the dumbbell bicep curls. Bicep curls, again, I really like to do dumbbells so that way you're not kind of cheating with like an easy bar or a straight bar. But you can either stagger, feet together, elbows in at your side. Make sure that you're not flinging the weight up like this. Okay. If you want to make it harder, you can always do it kneeling. Kneeling's another good way to do it to make sure you're not cheating. Just like that. I haven't lifted that heavy weight in a while. Okay, so that's all of your upper body exercises on that first day. Leg press. You guys have a leg press machine here somewhere, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's like a matrix. Okay. Lightweight, both legs. Lower it with one leg. Okay? And then you're going to alternate. Again, pretty much any time where you're really going to get your big strength gains is the eccentric part, which is like the lowering part of the lift. So anytime, like when you're doing a squats, when you're lowering yourself, if it's tricep extensions, yes, the squeeze helps, but it's on the way back up. Always control the weight, never let it control you. Okay. Weighted lunge, just as it sounds, I like to alternate. So you can either put dumbbells in your hand, step into it, and then back. Okay, you will end up doing walking lunges the next day, but stay on the one leg. I think I got to do 8 aside and then switch. Okay, you need to be able to kind of gauge your own weight. In that little letter I wrote at the beginning, you want to make sure that the last couple reps that you do, you're feeling fatigued, like you're going to tire out. Okay, and then calf raises, just body weight. It says 2 sets of 25. I like to kind of go for a burn. But wherever you can do them, usually like on one of the platforms, like by the squat rack with the spotter, it should usually stand. You can do it there. Just a little calf raise. You can even do calf jumps if you want to do that. Okay, and then at the very end of that first strength day, we've got a core. We do core all the time. I usually do core exercises throughout most of my workouts, but if you save it for the end, your body's going to be tired, so it's going to have to focus and work a little bit harder. You're going to do 30 reps of each of the following sit-ups. I shouldn't have to explain that too much, but when you're doing it, use something to counter your feet, okay? And keep your hands here, and your chin up, okay? So I keep my eyes on the ceiling, just like this. Too many times when you get tired, people are throwing their hands up. Like I know a lot of you guys do, I mean, back when I was in high school, you did like that presidential, whatever it was, to see like how many sit-ups you could do in a minute. If you did 30 sit-ups the right way, I mean, that's gonna be enough, okay? When you're doing like that, if you're doing like the timed sit-up, your form usually goes out the window. Toe touches, legs straight up, hands start on the chest, go up, touch your toes. Go up, touch your toes. Now if you're really tall or really flexible, go past your toes. Make sure you're not throwing your hands too much, just like that, okay? That's all you're doing, it's just a version of a crunch. Bicycles, opposite elbow and opposite knee, kick straight, kick low, keep the elbows wide, okay? Butterflies are pretty similar, but it's like everything's together. So lift the legs up, come together, crunch up, back out. Okay. Then we got leg lifts. You're going to sit on your hands, make a diamond. Leg lifts like this, point the toes. Try to make sure that your upper body's not moving too much. Okay, 30 of those. And the last thing is overhead crunch. Usually what I have people do is hold on to weight, but if you can't hold on to weight at the beginning, just have your hands over your head, keep your chin up, or grab the ball, or a light plate, and do that. Okay? Alright, so that would be strength day 1. That second day, it'd either be an off day or a recovery day. When I say off day, I don't mean like you don't do anything. It's like, if you play another sport, that could be your activity. If you go for a run, that's something I would do if you're a biker or something like that. It doesn't mean just kind of chill. I think activity is something you should do daily. But now